1. Carter. "Who the hell is that guy?" Hank asked as we moved toward the elevator to head to lunch. I looked where he was pointing and noticed the guy from the IT department I'd had a secret crush on for a solid 6 months. It looked like he was attempting to make copies in the giant collating copier near the reception desk, but every time the machine made an unexpected noise, the poor guy practically jumped out of his skin. Finally, the receptionist took mercy on him and stepped over to help. The IT man blushed deep red and looked away. He was cute as fuck, all swoopy dark hair and nerdy framed glasses paired with his tendency to wear science-themed graphic tees and worn-in blue jeans with classic red chucks. Even though he didn't look like much more than an intern or a temp, the man was actually a prized recruit our HR department had lured over from one of our competitors about a year ago with some kind of obscene compensation package. Not that I listened to company gossip or anything. "Sheldon Whitehall," I said as we stepped into the elevator. "Works in IT. I've seen him around," Hank said. "Always seems scared of his own shadow." I bristled at his words. I think he's just shy. Hank took out his cell phone and began scrolling through Facebook. "Meh, geek like that. Maybe he just needs to get laid," he muttered, not paying much attention to the conversation anymore. I clenched my teeth. "I heard he's dating Jen in accounting," I said, completely making it up. Jen was drop-dead gorgeous and the target of many of Hank's sighs of longing. Hank's head whipped up from his scrolling. "No shit." "Jeez. I thought he was gay." My heart began to hammer in my chest, even though I knew he wasn't gay. Sheldon was actually dating a beautiful woman who worked for a software company down the street. They shared lunch several times a week, and she'd even met him in our lobby after work a few times to walk home together. One time, when they'd exited the glass doors, she'd looped her arm through his and leaned her head on his shoulder. He'd kissed her hair so tenderly my chest had hurt. I'll never forget the sour feeling in my stomach when I realized they were more than friends. After that, I tried desperately to get him out of my mind and heart, but it wasn't that easy. One of my recent assignments had included setting up 20 new laptops for a client training course, and Sheldon had been assigned to help me. That week had been the most fun I'd ever had in my job. He was shy as hell, but when he finally relaxed around me, his humor and kindness had shone through. We'd spent 3 whole days laughing so hard, people would poke their heads into the conference room we'd commandeered just to see what was going on. As soon as anyone else would come in, Sheldon would go back to being the shy, sweet IT guy who was barely seen and almost never noticed. "He's not gay," I muttered to Hank. "Trust me." Hank lifted an eyebrow at me. "He's not listed in the directory." I rolled my eyes and reached for the lobby door to hold it open for him. Nope, and he's never shown up on Grindr either, which I guess is a good thing, considering we work together. As we walked to the nearby deli, Hank asked, "You hardly work together. You're a senior sales consultant, and he's just some IT guy. Besides, didn't you hook up with that pretty boy in the marketing department? Sheldon's not just some IT guy. He's the manager of the technical support team, and as for Jared, I didn't know he worked for the company when I hooked up with him. Whatever happened with him?" I thought about the night we'd attempted our second date and discovered we both preferred topping. It wasn't normally a deal breaker for me, but combined with the fact we worked for the same company and he was a bit of a name dropper, I decided to let it end. "Basic incompatibility," I said. How the hell did that geek from IT score a date with Jen? I pictured her dating someone like Nick Jackman from Legal. You know, the big man on campus type? "Nick's gay," I said with a laugh. "He's married to a guy named Phil who works in the mayor's office." "No shit. Too bad you couldn't ask him out. Hey, you know Rachel is friends with a guy who..."